Hi there all, this is part 2 to the manganese dioxide zinc cell. This is charge number 7. So far we're at 1 hour and 12 minutes of charge. We're doing 0.69 amps, 69 milliamps, and it's a slightly bit higher up here on this logger, 2.2 volts. I don't have the meters connected, I just got it straight through the data logger. The constant current load. And for the cell, what it's looking like. It's not looking too bad. It's got those little things growing down on the positive electrode again. I haven't added any water. We're somewhat not too bad. We're still, the water level needs to be under that electrical tape on the electrode, or we could leak. And going by the power curve, it's taking its time to drop. I might take it to a 3-hour charge, because the other night on a 2-hour charge it still was at 40 milliamps. We could probably go down. It's worth checking anyway while we're doing it. It's only the 7th charge. But the two cells, the two electrodes are looking like that's the way to go, but you'd construct them a lot better than that. They were sort of just whacked together just to see the concept. I gotta really work on a kiln and resurfacing the furnace will be my primary goals for the upcoming projects. I've got an idea how to make the electrodes. I've got a when I scrapped some old welders, they had in the coil, the solid piece of steel was a bit of solid billet of square bar, about, I think it would be about 90 by 90 or 65 maybe. Yeah, 65 by 65 solid steel billet. I'm gonna get that cut, and I know a machinist who can machine out the centers, and I can make some sort of vessel bolted together in electrode shape. So I'll have a look at that for making the electrodes. Alright, I'll be back for an update on the charge. Hi there, we've reached our 3 hours. We're somewhat dropped past the 50. We're at 39 milliamps. I wonder how you stop this. Oh yeah, you press the monitor button. Alright, I'll just save this. Disconnecting power. And we're holding, I just disconnected the whole data logger. We don't need the charge cable. Connecting the data logger. Okay, we're holding 1.8 volts, and on the multimeter we're holding 1.76. Oh yeah, we're dropping there. Alright, I'll set up a time lapse and we'll do a discharge after a 3-hour charge and see if there's any difference. Hi there, back after the 3-hour charge and a 3-hour discharge. It's quite surprising actually, a 3-hour charge on that cell. 74 milliwatt hours or 96 milliamp hours. That's not a bad run, and I'm pretty sure a 4-hour charge wouldn't go astray either. But it's 9 o'clock now. A 3-hour charge would take me to 12. But it's somewhat held 1 volt for nearly 20 minutes, which was completely up on the previous charges. So overall results of a longer charge on this cell is not too bad. And I need to move the light and everything over the cell. I can show it tomorrow. Might do another charge now and then leave the cell idle until I get back sometime tomorrow and see if it holds charge while it's sitting around. So I'm quite impressed with this cell. It's not too bad, and the voltage bounce back is what you see there. And we'll just do another load test just to see. It should drop rapidly. Yeah, zilch. It went to 0.5, stabilized, but we only took it down to 0.4, so there's power left. Ah, that's weird. Yeah, I think the data logger's maybe having trouble here. When it spikes like that, I think the data logger's adjusting the what is it? Yeah, part of its circuitry, I forgot what it was called. Transistor. Or MOSFET or whatever it's got on there. Enough of that little run. Alright, so I'll give it another charge for at least 2 hours anyway. I might get to 12 o'clock. See what happens. Alright, thanks for watching. Alright, it's been 9 hours idle. It had a 2-hour charge last night and rested overnight for 9 hours, and we're gonna hopefully get 50 milliwatts maybe. So we'll see what we got. I've got it set at 30 milliamps and the cutoff voltage is 0.49. So we'll commence the test and see if it's held its power overnight. We dropped pretty quickly there. So I don't think we're going to get like we got with the 2-hour test. It's only at 0.6. Oh, there, 0.7 on that one. And on the multimeter. 0.7, slightly up on the multimeter compared to that one. Alright, I'll let this thing do its thing and we'll be back later. Hopefully we get something out of it. Hi there, we've almost made it to an hour with 52 minutes. We'll cut off as soon as that gets to 0.49. So it's not doing too bad. We got 16 milliwatt hours after 9 hours of idle after just a 2-hour charge, so somewhat down, a bit better than the first charge we had on the cell. So it still looks okay. It's only one gram of manganese dioxide on the positive electrode, and the cell's not constructed too well. Yep, there we go. We bounced back pretty well. I'll just save this. This was number 7 charge. Or was it 8? Yeah, I think it was number 8, because we've got number 7 already there. Alright, so that was the 8th charge, left for 9 hours idle, and 16 milliwatt hours. And we'll do a quick run, see what's left. Probably still has a bit because we didn't take it all the way down. Oh yeah, it does recover a little bit, slightly. We'll probably get another 15 minutes, but not worth it. Well, that's the 8th charge, so I'll have to go do some work now. But I'll get back later on during the day and try to get some more charging done to get to the 20. Alright, I'll be back. Hi there. I was trying to get the milliamps down a bit on a charge. I've taken this charge all the way to 7 hours. It's not. It started off around about 90 milliamps and we're at 24 milliamps now after 7 hours. I don't know how it's going to run. The cell looks pretty clean still. There seems to be more build up of that black substance. And the other electrode somewhat looks a bit thicker in density around it. And there's some copper crossing down the bottom there. I don't know if it's coming off of the negative cell or coming out of the other cell, but it could even be bridged. Oops. Well, probably ain't now because I just hit it. Alright, so I'll stop the charge, reset this, and then I'll do a time lapse of the discharge and see what happens. See if it actually gets more than the 72 milliamps on 3 hours or whatever it was. Alright, till then. Oops, we'll check the voltage. I'll disconnect the charge. Charge is disconnected. Oops, I should have turned that off too. Still monitoring. Alright, we're at 2 but dropping. Alright, I'll get back when I set it up. Hi there. I think it was somewhat down in energy density. It's only 66 milliamps after 2 hours and 35 minutes, and that was a 7-hour charge. But wondering if it was the spoon. I bumped the spoon before the test, but I doubt it. So we could be running out of solution. The cell could be dying maybe. Too long a charge. Not sure. That was the 9th charge anyway. The cell's pretty clean still. It's a bit dark to see. Alright, I'll continue the charging. Thanks for watching. Hi there. This is number 9 charge and discharge. Looks like the 7-hour charge has actually killed the cell big time. This had a 45-minute charge on 2.5 volts and it somewhat just dropped instantly, and total energy is only about 7 milliwatt hours now. And at the bottom of the cell, hard to see at the moment, but I sucked up some stuff and it looked pretty much like a nice layer of really fine copper at the bottom of that cell. So I'm pretty sure the 7-hour charge was overkill. It did hold a voltage for much longer at a higher voltage, but the overall power density in a 7-hour charge was less than the 3-hour charge in the system. I'm gonna keep going until the 20th charge, and then I'm gonna change the electrolyte solution to potassium hydroxide and give that a go. It's only a weak solution. Only have that much left. and see if that revives the cell. Not sure if there's any material left in that cell. I think it's the positive cell which has collapsed. Alright, I'll let this do its thing and I'll be back. The 11th charge update. Doesn't seem to be dead. It was just a really good power curve from, say, half hour on the 7-hour charge cell, and everything else I dropped it down in charge time. This one was an hour's charge and I put it up to about 2.5, and it seems to be holding not too bad. Milliamps is down still, I reckon. 24 milliamps. I think it's at its peak it did 72 milliamps, milliwatt hours. Sorry. Yeah. Still, this is what I got. 9 more to go. Hi there. Finally made it to the 20th charge on the carbon zinc cell with manganese dioxide as the positive electrode. This is the first charge, the very first. It was only a half hour at low voltage, something like 1.8 or something. So it got 10 milliamps, and the second one was somewhat a bit better, gaining 13 milliamps. Third one was 29. I'll have to check on the charge times. I've changed the charge time but kept the voltage the same. This is number 4. We're at 19, and then I'll close this. And down near the 20, somewhat lost a lot of energy. I think the copper's doing it. I'm going to try another experiment without the copper around the electrode. And number 20 was only 10 milliamps again, but on an hour's charge at 2.5 volts. I increased the voltage after about charge number 10 or something. I've got the records there. So it's currently been charging up on about 2.5 volts. It started off at 90 milliamps and it's still at 38. So we're going to see if it is dead or a longer charge is actually needed. Alright, I'll set that up and I'll run a time lapse of the discharge, and I've been running it for on 40 milliamp load to sort of speed up the tests a bit. Alright, I'll be back when the power curve's finished. So somewhat, we're finished our run. It was 40 milliamps for 1 hour. We got 32 milliamps, somewhat decreased from the previous test we charged it up for that time, for 7 hours. But the cell's still functioning and still quite clean. Seems to take more power to charge it though now, for some reason. So that carbon chip has had 40 charges, or a couple more than 40 probably, and it's still holding up, so that's much of an improvement on a zinc, just a plain zinc cell. They're pieces from the other tests of zinc. Alright, so that's the test. I got a comparison chart of the 20 of this cell runs and 20 of the other ones. I'll post that on at the end of this video, and I'll put all the power curves up. Alright, thanks for watching.